In this video, I will quickly explain you what the difference between cross and isolated margin is and which one you should use. First, let's talk about margin. Margin effectively means your own capital in a trade that you have deposited and are using it as collateral to cover any potential losses from your trades. Now we have two different modes that we can use, cross or isolated. With a cross margin, you are basically using your entire account balance to avoid any liquidation. So you're sharing your risk across all positions. In this case, let's say we have a few positions opened in our trading account. We can see we have one trade, for example, a Bitcoin trade that is up $200 with $700 of margin. And we have another trade that is $800 in a loss with also $700. And we have another $300 balance available on our account. In total, that means we are sitting at $1,000. So it's all fine. And only if this total balance across all of our positions with the profit or losses or our available balance on our account, if this goes down to zero, only then all of this will be liquidated, all the trades will be closed, and everything for own capital that we have in here will basically be gone. On the other hand, if we use an isolated margin, this basically limits the risk to the margin allocated for a specific position without affecting the rest of the account. That means, as you can see, all the trades are viewed individually here, so no risk is shared between these positions. Let's go through the same example as in here. We have this trade that is up $200 with $700 in margin, so we are sitting at $930 for this position. In the second trade right here, we have again $700 of margin, but the trade is now down $700, so we are at zero. So this single trade right here gets liquidated. That's a big difference to this example right here, because in here we are having $700 again of margin, but we're actually down more than that, but the position is still opened because the risk, of course, is shared between all the positions, and only if the entire balance right here reaches zero, then everything will be liquidated. While in here, if one of the single positions goes down to zero, we don't have any margin left, then the single trade will be liquidated. So that's a big difference that you can see right here. And again, of course, available balance, there's no risk to that anyways. This will always stay the same and is completely separate to the different trades that we might have open. So what do I recommend you to use now for all beginners? And actually most of the people, I would definitely recommend to use isolated, because it's just safer and you're only risking your own capital for each trade individually. And of course, you can always, if you're seeing there's a risk of a liquidation and you want to keep the position open, you can of course always use some of your available balance and put it into the margin of this trade to keep it open longer, but you just have more control of it and you're not risking your entire account in total. If you want to know what's the best crypto exchange to leverage trade, I have linked you my favorites down in the video description, where you can also always get the best sign up bonus possible. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them in the comments.